We're going to do an advanced screening of that. And if you're a Gabriel Iglesias fan, he's doing MGM Northfield Park in August. So I'll have those tickets for you to see Fluffy all this week. That's what he calls himself, Fluffy. He was a guy that ended up having to cancel a tour last summer because he got COVID. And unbelievable. Actually, he did lose a lot of weight. I mean, at his peak, he was like 425 or something. I think he lost like 100 pounds. So that's good. So I will have those for you this week. Guardians on the West Coast for a stretch. They'll play the Angels tonight, first of 4. 9:38 is your first pitch. So shortly after 9 is when your pregame will begin here on MMS and on the iHeartRadio app. Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, easily the most talented fish-named player in Major League Baseball.
I'm going to have him on the Codcast.
Hey, Mayor Santora's Codcast.
Fish Name Players Week.
There you go. Yep. It's Mike Trout.
Evan Bass.
Is Evan Bass, Brandon Bluegill. They're all going to be on. He's a closer for the Mariners, I believe, ironically. The Onion actually had a great article on the Guardians. Cleveland Guardians criticized for stereotypical depictions of Art Deco community because, of course, they're just traffic statues. And they said if you're still appropriating Art Deco culture in 2022, something is seriously wrong with you. So who could have ever foreseen that fans of Art Deco would take great offense? Slamming the Guardians for the use of classic motifs like blocky geometric lettering and angular parallel lines in their logo. Our culture is not your costume. It hurts those who have spent their lives steeped in Art Deco traditions. They don't know the first thing about Art Deco's history. Basically, you can write this article by replacing Native Americans with Art Deco.
Correct. Funny. Mm-hmm. I saw Bill Burr on Saturday, and he had a lot to say about the Guardians. And one of the best things about Bill Burr is it's so funny to see how people react knowing he's not going the direction you ever think. So when he's like, hey, how about the Guardians? Everyone's booing. He's like, nah, it's fine. And they're like, what?
Well, somebody texted me and said that they were at the show too, and they said that he seemed pretty surprised that some of his left-leaning bits didn't land. And I'm like, he thought Ohio was going to be a hotbed of libs? Like, Bill Burr's no dummy.
I don't think he was surprised. I think he's just like, they're just, I thought the whole show was funny.
Yeah. Who opened for him?
What's her name? God, I can't remember the lady's name, but Joe Bartnick.
Bill can't even remember the women comedians, Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Bartnick was the opener, and it was like Andrea...
Yep.
Martin from SCTV.
No. I can text my friend and find out.
Did he sell well? It was at the Romo
it was like 12,000 people in there.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Yeah, he's doing okay.
God, Bill Burr.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah, I haven't heard a bad... I like Bill Burr a lot. He's not one of my favorite comedians, but I mean, I like him a lot. He's been on this show many times over the years, and I think obviously he's a very funny guy. But he's legit, man. I mean, I haven't heard from anybody who went to that show that they were any less than enthused.
Vanessa Fraction.
Vanessa Fraction?
Yeah.
Is a person?
Heard of her.
Wow. Is she a Boston comic?
No, she is from Atlanta. Black lady
Vanessa
from
Fraction.
Atlanta.
What a great name.
Mm-hmm.
Thing about Bill Burr for me is that I almost never agree with his premises. He says something that pisses me off.
Well, that's like
probably
his whole
7 or
style.
8 times. Yeah. Like he says something, I'm like, well, that's super misogynistic. And then by the end of it, I'm crying, laughing, and I'm like, you got me again.
That's the turn, right?
But that's what makes me like him so much, is that even though a lot of the things he's talking about, I'm like, I don't like that.
It's almost like he's a magician.
No.
And he's engaging in sleight of hand,
No.
Mary. You know that he's not telling you the truth. You know
It's not about truth.
that he's creating a diversionary tactic to make you think one thing, and then when the reveal, the prestige, if you will, comes through, you go, he got me.
No.
Got me.
No. He is a wordsmith.
A wordsmith. All right. By the way, I was reading about magicians and couldn't help but think about Mary. Her hatred of magicians is well documented.
Liars.
But yeah. And very specifically, what I was reading, people who hate magic tend to be higher in socially aversive traits. You're just more antisocial when you don't like magicians.
Have you met me?
Why aren't you social like me and Alan?
You're right.
We like magic.
I am the antisocial one on the show.
But I'm not antisocial. I'm not pro-social. I'm not antisocial. I'm gregarious when the situation calls for it. Right? This says that people who hate magic tend to rate higher in interpersonal dominance, which means you need to control the situation. Check.
No.
And psychopathy.
What is that?
You're a psycho.
No.
Because you don't like magic. I'm just saying.
Not a psychopathist.
They rate and lower in social agreeableness,
Psychopather.
which I didn't even realize was a word. Magicians imagine something impossible and then figure out how to do it or appear to do it.
They lie.
And they say that people who hate magic, basically it's the criticism that is hurled at me all the time, that I take great umbrage with, that I can't experience joy.
That's true.
It is, but I don't want people to know that. But I don't hate magic.
I don't like deception. That's what I don't like.
But it's
Deception.
right. But
It's deception wrapped in fun.
But
it's still deception.
But it's
Still
different.
fun.
But it's different than deception that you didn't know was coming. This is deception you know is coming.
That's why I choose not to embark in it.
Again, I'll tell you, and what you do on stage is a form of deception.
It's not.
You're trying to
it's
get
not
people.
lying.
You're trying, huh?
It's not lying.
There's a
like
bunch of
magic
lies.
is.
There's a lot of lies.
It's exaggerating.
Everything that you're saying up there is not true.
Mostly.
Right, but then there's a little turn. There's an absurdity that comes, and there's
Because of
the.
performance.
There we go. Sure. What about people who hate stand-up comedy?
Well, they're just wrong.
Oh, they're wrong. I see.
That's all there is to that.
No, they're just working as stand-up comics.
Yeah, right.
Well, listen. I mean, it couldn't be. It couldn't be more.
I'm so
On the
social.
Don't
Don't even. I'm very social. I love
on your
social
terms.
settings.
I'm
I
not
love
saying.
being in crowds.
I'm not saying you're not social. This scientician is saying that people who hate magic are more socially aversive.
Well,
All that psycho speak that they're using in this article, in this study. People who are lower in tolerance to uncertainty
okay.
are more prone to experiencing distress in situations that create uncertainty.
Distress.
You have anxiety, so you don't like magic.
These people are mentally rigid and who see the world in black and white. Magic is irritating to those people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to see the world in black and white because I'm an addict.
See,
I can either do it or I can't.
But I think magic is fascinating because it seems these are people who try to convince you that they can defy the very laws of nature, that they can take the fundamental building blocks of
liars.
that they can take the fundamental. Yeah, but you know that. That's where the amazement
But they
comes
try
in.
to tell you they're not. That's why.
No, they don't. They say,
"Look, you remember gravity? Not anymore. Watch me float." And I'm like, "You're a liar. You're not floating. You're not floating."
but you
But it appears
know
as if they're
that.
floating.
It appears.
But they want you to think that they are.
No,
It's
Yes.
okay.
that's all
Like,
right.
I don't like
You're
it.
just enjoying the
I don't
act.
enjoy it.
It's
Alan
so
doesn't
fun.
like the
I
joy of
feel-
people singing. I don't like the joy of
No,
people
no.
lying.
I don't want people singing in my car. They can listen when my older daughter sings, right, at a performance or something. I'm in tears, right? I don't want someone singing in my car.
And I don't want magic in my car.
Oh. Then you're going to hate the
What about
event that we've
magic?
got coming up. Shotgun Magic with the Alan Cox Show. Yep. We're-
Close up magic.
Carpool magic.
I feel especially bad for the people in our audience who are either magicians or budding magicians. Because it's been established here on the show that as a listener, Mary already hates you. And as a listener who perhaps, maybe you don't make a living at magic, that's got to be incredibly hard.
That wasn't deception, was it, Mary?
What?
You saying that you hate the listeners.
It's not deception. It's a twisting my words, but sure.
Twisting your words,
your
you said
words.
I hate them.
I hate you all.
I referred to the audience, and she said that's why I hate them.
I hate every listener, also magic.
There you
Is
go.
that what you want me to say?
No. You've already said it. So if you are a listener who is aspiring to a career in magic, listen, we can't all be David Copperfield. We can't all be Derek Del Gaudio, the man behind the amazing special on Hulu.
Which I watched again last week
Why?
because it's great, and I hadn't seen it in a year, and watched it with a friend, and they loved it, and I was like, Mary did not like this. And they were blown away that you didn't like it.
Do they know me?
Yeah, and they thought because of who you
thought
are.
that too. You were like, you're gonna love this.
I thought,
I'm
and
like,
I'm still like surprised that you
I'll
didn't
watch it
like
again.
it.
I'll make my boyfriend watch it.
Now,
with
see,
me.
I think that that's kind of a rare case where I could see where somebody wouldn't like that. Like,
Yeah.
I
but
thought that
to
Mary
me-
would like it though, because it's such like an exploration, and I thought like it was just interesting.
I guess what I can't square is magic would seem to be something that would appeal much more to somebody like you than like me.
No.
Because you believe in fate and all that nonsense.
But that's different because those things are not controlled by a person. This is a person who
What
does
isn't
not-
controlled by a person?
Fate and
Fate isn't a thing.
That's my point. Is that if I'm going to believe in something astronomically crazy, I don't want a person telling me they're the one doing it.
Oh, so magic, your problem is that magic
it's the
isn't...
magician. It's not about magic.
Magic
it's
isn't-
the magician.
But there's
it's a
no
skill.
magic in the one. Like there's no, unless you're talking about nature. I mean, there's no random magic. The magician is the conduit through which magic.
I don't like it.
You don't like it.
I don't like that they try to convince you
You'd feel
that
better
they
if
are
the-
capable of doing something impossible.
They're not trying to convince you that
They
they're doing
are.
something impossible. They're just not telling you how they do it.
Yeah, that's them keeping a secret. They're withholding information, which is a type of lying.
That's their job.
Wow.
I don't like magicians.
You never heard of a
okay?
trade secret?
God, I just don't like magicians. I feel like I don't like being deceived. I don't like being deceived.
You don't think
like
you don't
being
like just going like,
deceived.
man, that's cool. How'd they do that? That's not fun for you.
No, because I
Is
feel
part
like
of-
they
is-
want you to be like, oh, look at how amazing I
Yes,
am.
It is amazing. They work really hard.
They work very hard.
I'm not saying they don't work hard.
Is it because there's a part of magic that makes you feel stupid?
I'm sure that's a part of it.
Well, then why not just say it makes me feel dumb?
Because it's not about making me feel dumb. I don't like that that's what it is. They make other people feel dumb to feel superior. Like
They
you're
work
so
very hard at
stupid.
it.
You're so stupid you could never figure out what I can do.
Because we're all that stupid though. But that's what the whole
How would
thing
you
I
is.
don't
feel?
like it.
How would you feel if you went to do a show and there was an open micer there who walked up to you and said, "I'm as good as you are, guaranteed." And you go, "How long you been doing this?" And you go, "A week."
Okay.
They go, "I'm as good as you." You'd say, that can't be.
Okay.
Magicians devote years and years and years to their craft.
I'm not saying I'm as good as a magician. I never said that.
No, but what you're saying is they're lying to you, and you don't like them because you said to make them feel superior. That's why they do it.
They're better at their
They're
craft
getting
than
what
you.
this has nothing to do with me. I'm not saying I don't like
sounds like
magicians.
everything.
It does.
No. You
because
guys are,
you just said that says more about you because you just implied that you feel inferior.
I feel inferior to a magician.
Mary can't pull a rabbit out of a hat. I've got to give away some money. You know how I feel superior by giving people money? It's
good way. That's a good
$1,000.
thing.
There you go. It's a chance for you to go fund yourself. Listen closely and good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword cash at WMMS.com. That's cash. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
Listen, there's no right or wrong answer here. I continue to be amazed, not only by close-up tabletop magic, but also by your rigid resistance to it.
That's what my polar blast punishment should be, that I have to watch someone do close-up magic.
I think it should be you have to learn.
and
Yeah,
fake,
you have to do a
and
trick.
Fake enjoy it.
You got to learn the zigzag lady or the assistant's revenge or something. You got one of those classic tricks.
My brother wants to go see Chris Angel when we're in Vegas.
The Mind Freak?
The Mind Freak. And like I've been hearing all the things that he does. Like he'll do a vanishing act where he'll be like on stage and then like he'll snap his fingers and then he'll be in the crowd with someone.
I got high with Chris Angel and Sully Erna from Godsmack when I was on the air in Chicago,
There's
and I
a
have
sentence.
never felt taller in my life.
Oh, they're both short?
Oh my God, these guys! It's like Dorf on golf with these guys. It was the best.
I don't remember
We're
exactly.
in Chris Angel's trailer, and I'm getting ready to do stage announcements or something for my station's festival, and it was Sully from Godsmack. And me and Chris Angel getting high in this trailer, and boy, are they short.
Good.
How
Yeah.
professional. That's really cool.
Well,
When you
he's-
Google Chris Angel,
he's
it says
the mind
he's
freak.
6 feet tall.
No.
An illusion.
That's a very good vanishing act. He can
Let me
vanish half of his
clarify.
body.
I was high too, so maybe
You just felt taller.
Maybe.
I don't
Sully
know.
Erna is short though.
I feel like I met him. I felt like I met. He came here to the show, didn't he?
Who?
Chris or not Chris Angel, but he came to Rover.
No clue.
I feel like I met him. I didn't get a
Maybe.
picture.
Yeah,
with
I
him.
don't know. Maybe you did.
Here's what it is.
You mean he did Roverfest?
No, he came and did Rover's show when he like. He
Oh,
was
I-
in
yeah, I
town
don't
for
know.
something.
No
and I
clue.
feel like I was here because I wanted to meet him because I thought he was hot, but I didn't want to bother him with a picture.
Believing in ghosts and fate and the universe are things that are beyond the control of human beings. So for me, I can put that out as like, okay, these are cool things that exist that have nothing to do with people.
But what a magician performs is also beyond your control.
No.
You have
What-
to give yourself over to the illusion.
There's no human being that can control a ghost. Okay? There's no
Because
human.
ghosts aren't real.
There's no humans behind ghosts. There's no humans behind fate.
Because ghosts aren't real.
I don't like it when a human is trying to portray
Godlike
I would
pictures.
think-
godlike. Maybe
I would
that's what it
think.
is,
I would
godlike
think.
features.
I would think that you would appreciate the magician being able to create an illusion that is real. The illusion itself is real. None of that other stuff you mentioned is real. Ghost,
you.
fate.
To you.
What I'm saying, they're not real. There's zero evidence to support any of that.
Okay, to you.
You can no, not to me. To the world. There's no evidence.
To you.
A magician is creating an illusion. They're taking something out of nothing and creating an illusion.
Yeah.
Now, if they were to explain it to you, you'd go, oh, I see exactly how you did that. It's never all that. That's, to me, the most amazing thing about those illusions is that when they're explained, they're so mundane. It's just getting in the 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
You know? There's never like, I don't know. It's never like that movie, The Prestige, you know, where the guy's making clones
Yeah,
out of it. It's never that.
that he bought from Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, David Bowie's got a pile of hats.
I remember my mom got me a magic kit when I was a kid, and I was so discouraged because I thought I was just going to open up the box and just know all the tricks. So I like took out the deck of cards, and I'm like dealing out the cards. I'm like, take
You
this
thought
card.
they'd be all connected?
Yeah, I'm like, take this card. Don't show it to me. I'm going to guess your card.
Immediately.
And I'm like,
Well,
is-
they did have magic kits like that. They had like kids' magic kits
I know, I
where
had
the deck,
one.
yeah, where the deck of cards you'd fan it out, but they were all connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't read the directions, so I'm just like giving out cards. I'm like, don't tell me that. Don't show me that card, damn it. And I'm like, is this your card? They're like, no. I'm like, are you lying? Like, I was so depressed.
Why would you think that you can just...
He thought that
I was a
owning the
kid.
magic kit made you magical.
Like, I didn't understand that it was a trick. I'm like, so
That's why you read the directions.
I did. I was like, here's your card. Take this. Don't show me. And I'm like, is this your card? They're like, no.
It's still in my hand.
right.
Still in my hand.
Right. I'm like, look at it again. They're like, it's not. I'm like, okay.
So when people can
Are you sure?
do card tricks and they know sleight of hand, you're not impressed by the amount of time
No,
and effort
here,
that he
we need to
put
make
in?
a distinction here. Card tricks and sleight of hand is different than what that Delgado dude was doing.
That's like the main thing that he
no,
does.
the what I took umbrage with in his whole thing was I hated the letters that he had dead people write to his to
They weren't dead.
whatever they were. They had people they hadn't
Family
spoken to in
members.
40 years.
You
wrote
didn't
him
like
a letter.
you didn't like him
I didn't like that at
manipulating
all.
your emotions.
That is what I didn't like. I didn't like that, and I didn't like the. He had a team of people hiding bricks in the street. That was
I
clearly
like-
set up. And then he
I
was
like when magicians
"Oh,
manipulate my emotions because
Yeah.
it reaffirms that I have them.
Right.
It's magic that the brick came there. I'm like, no, you have a studio little runaround fairy who has an earpiece in.
Where's my runaround fairy?
Who has an earpiece in where they heard you say 8th and 8 and they hid the brick there. That wasn't magic. You're a liar.
No one
Wow.
said it's magic. They're just surprised that it's there.
He wants you to think like,
Yeah, because it's still.
What's the matter with that?
It's still a lot of work to get a runaround fairy to get the brick to the intersection that he says.
whatever.
Yeah. And With
No,
the,
card tricks I get. I think card tricks are cool.
But then the manipulation of people, like those people are having a good time with it. Like they're appreciative of
Yeah, because there are people who like magic. People like me don't go to stuff like that. They went being like, oh, let's go find out what this guy's about.
You better not let Paul Gallagher hear you talking like that.
The watermelon guy?
Gonna make you the watermelon guy.
That's just Gallagher.
Gallagher 2, maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, I've got to take a break here. Again, we've solved nothing, and that's how I like it. I like it to be full circle. If you want to text 35192, you can listen wherever you are and use the talkback button if you like on the iHeartRadio